The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters.
Let's go to Shivan in Boston. Shivan, what's happening, brother?
I'm watching you both on Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Learning a lot from Tiger.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you Tigers and Tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, we have the Dow up 15. NASDAQ is up 8. S&Ps are up 2. Gold's up $1.60 at 1603. We got, let's see, copper is flat. Bonds are down a full point. King Dollar's up 26 ticks. And we got the euro down 49 ticks. And bottom line is that you get another day, you get another spike on the S&P right at the open. And we've had absolutely no juice, folks. The market has not been able to sustain any type of conviction at these higher prices. You know, so the real bottom line, particularly the way that they start this market off, is going to be, you know, we can go all the way back to what, the third.
Yes.
And you're talking
as far as looking for any type of conviction.
That's exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. You know, now. That's the bearish part. The bullish part for all you bulls out there is that it won't back away from the highs.
That's true. That's right.
Not backing away is the deal. And they, you know, if we look at the SPX, okay, and we take a look and say, look at that swing point. The swing point we're talking about is at 14.15, and you know, so. You know, my take is we're going to pull back, but the bottom line is that that's the way that's set up right now. It's like, okay, it's basically sitting right there and saying, okay, am I going to go after that baby? Now, Asia last night absolutely got smoked again.
Absolutely, that's right.
You know,
yeah,
I mean, you know, if you look at Shanghai,
yeah, we're down over 1% last night.
Yeah, and it's going after it's not only its low, but it's going after the low that was established in 2008.
Yes.
Now, that's, you know, down another 400 points. We're at 2,100 right now, but it's into that. There she is. It's into that whole area. You know, you had the dead cat bounce up to 2176. You're at 2118, and you know, 2101 is the next layer down there. So,
yes, you know, and when it gets down in that level, you know, it's got it's there's between 2120 and 2167 is a long-term Gartley buy pattern on the weekly chart. Which is kind of interesting. So
that's awesome.
So
man.
you know, I mean,
okay.
we're talking going all the way back to that October 2008 level when we made those lows out there. So we'll see as it comes into that 2120, 2160 area what it decides to do.
And that's going to be dynamite if, in fact, you get back in there and you get back in there with lighter volume.
Yeah.
Because what happens, folks, everyone's going to be throwing the towel in at that particular point. They're going to say, that's it, it's over, I'm done, forget it, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Shanghai, like the NASDAQ, that would be from 6,200 down to 1,600.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. So this just requires some patience here.
No,
just like our markets right now requires patience.
That's right.
You know, and there's certainly some dislocations out there. And you got the ES Mini moving up, but the Euro, you know, just simply taking a look at the Euro, you know, it's trying to bust out the lows of the early morning.
Yeah.
You know, going back to 8 o'clock this morning here. So, and if you take a look at the Euro, so the question is, who's going to win? The currency?
Yeah, exactly.
Currency or the futures?
My take is that the currency is going to win. And it's going to win today, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
Today,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, we had all the 13F filings out here.
Yes.
So we can have some fun.
Yeah, we certainly
can have some fun.
Yeah.
So the way the 13F filings, folks, work is this, is that every quarter, in this case we're talking about June 30th, all the funds have to file as to what they bought and or what they sold. Now, that type of information, it's still 45 days late.
Right.
So it come out yesterday.
And it's for the prior 90 days.
Exactly.
So that people understand this. So you get 100, you know, as much as 135-day, you know, lag time. But
exactly. So what you try to glean out of it is this. You're gleaming out, when large funds come in or out, they don't do it in one day, they don't do it in 2 weeks, okay? You're looking for a pattern that's set up, you know, and I've been doing this quite a while, and inside the pattern that I'm always looking for, it has to do, and this goes with any stock, by the way, it has to do with where is Wellington, where is State Street, where is MFS, and where is Fidelity going?
Yeah.
And this is the sickest thing about it, folks. All those 4 companies are within a square block of each other in Boston. 2 square blocks. Okay. Now they're spread out. They're monsters now, but that's how it started.
Yes.
And what I picked up years ago, and I'm talking about 15 years ago now, what I picked up was, well, first off, you get a picture of something. And I know I've told the story before, but 3 of those, well, 3 including myself, lived in the same community and went to the same church.
Yes.
So that was even funny because it's a very tiny, it's a small church in Weston. That's the name of the town, but St. Thomas's, and so it was really funny because that's when Vinnick was running Fidelity. And Vinnick is Jewish, but he married an Irish girl. Okay. And so they no, he's still Jewish, but they brought their children up. I don't, maybe it's both phase, but the children are always there with him anyway. And then Stansky was the other guy. But anyway, to make a long story short, because inside the Bloombergs, what you can do is you can tag companies. I had those tagged early on.
Sure.
Because Vinnick himself...
Follow what they're doing. Yeah.
Well, Vinnick himself was just phenomenal. The guy was absolutely phenomenal, folks, right from the get-go. As a young kid, this kid knew how to pick stocks. He just knew the whole ball of wax. Yeah. And then Stansky came after him. So I really... At the beginning...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, at the beginning, I just wanted to know what he was doing, even after the fact. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I stopped picking up on, oh, my God, look at Wellington. Yeah. Wellington's watching him. Yeah. State Street's watching him, and MFS. And MFS, folks, is the oldest mutual fund in the world.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You know what's so funny about that? So picture this. When you think about how small the world is sometimes, MFS started in Boston, okay? Mass Financial Services. That's what it is, okay? And then good old Ned Johnson saw what they were doing and said, hey, hold it. I got to do this.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Hey, it's very nice to have a supply line out there.
Totally.
You're like, okay, that's the way to have a business, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So what you do is this, folks, is that when you're looking at what I do is look at it. Okay, are they walking in? Or are they walking out? And if we go, we'll start right with the GLD because we know Paulson's the largest player in the GLD.
Yeah,
he
added to his position.
He added. So it's kind of interesting because he had reduced that position at one point. He owned 14%, and he reduced that position by 2/3. He added 4.5 million shares. Northern Trust added. Bank of America selling.
Now, Credit Suisse, they were the largest.
They added big time. I mean,
that's 75% of their portfolio was added in the last 100 days.
Exactly. If we look at the sellers, they were the biggest. If we look at the sellers, Jeff Vinnick.
How about that?
2.3 million. He's going to buy another sports team. Yeah, because now he's in Tampa,
Yeah.
I mean, and you talk about that was a score. He bought the Lightning, folks. He got the St. Pete Forum. And now picture this. You talk about stepping in it. This is really pretty cool. What happened is that because the Republican convention is here.
Yeah.
The Republican convention committee, they put so much money into the city in general.
As far as updating things.
But so they updated the whole St. Pete Forum, and they paid for it.
Yeah, which is great.
Huge.
Absolutely.
So bottom line is that, you get the yin and the yang out here in the GLD in general, gleaming at it, nothing's streaming, basically. If anything's streaming, actually, it's like, okay, it's an even deal out there. And what I normally do is you look at the first few tops. So if we just grab the first 3 or 4 that bought, folks, you get about 11, 12 million shares, okay? And then we look at the solds, and the solds, you only get about 8 million. So that's good. That situation would be good. If we go take a look at here, I'll show you something that isn't good for Gold Corp. And what it is that in Gold Corp, you have Fidelity moving out of it. And Fidelity, folks, owns 3.4% of it. They moved out 5.4 million shares, and that's a problem. And to me, it's only really going to be a problem until that low gets tested out there of the 31.54. That has gapped away.
Yes,
it's down there at 31.54. It's like scream and say, okay, man, it wants to be bought. So there's a lot of different plays out there. Anglo Gold. That's another one that Paulson had a very large position in. Now he's selling a small amount of it,
Okay.
not a big amount.
Yeah.
You don't want to see Paulson get out of the Engel, because if he gets out of Engel, folks, let me tell you something. He owns 8.5% of it, and that's a big number. He moved out only 400,000. That's not a big number. Trade wins, however, is a big number. And Fidelity starts selling also, and that's problematic. Fidelity sold 1.1, and they have 7.3 left. And when we're talking about what they have left, always remember that that's left as of the
June 30th.
Of the June 30th,
Yes,
right?
that's right. That's right. So you can go back and then from that point in time see if you've got any type of volume going on since June 30th. So let's see here. Big position June 15th. Now,
Right.
That wasn't a wide price spread or anything there. So just a large day for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. 877-927-6643. Now,
48.
48. Okay, we got a little trouble in paradise here. My good friend Ferdy Deponier, Great Basin CEO.
Yes.
He resigned today, folks. Okay, so Great Basin, which no doubt has been having problems, big problems out here today. Great Basin is down 50%. It's down 21 cents. It's trading at 24 cents, and they came out with numbers, and their numbers, bottom line, they didn't perform. And it has to do with one of their mines, and they can't basically get the technicals right on the mine, and so they went from a loss from 1.1 million to 22 million.
What's their cash position look like?
Their cash position at the end of June was 16 million in cash. So they're going to need cash also.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's intense, and it just shows that the challenges that are inside the mining business are intense. There's no two ways about it. And we have one of the tigers in the den basically pushing his chest out saying, GBG is proving conclusively that all the details and not in the technicals are key. And I want to address that. You know why I want to address it? Because it just cracks me up on a continual basis, folks, okay? So watch how this goes, right? If you have a lot of different choices in life, okay? But you can turn around and say, okay, I'm going to be a fundamentalist.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yep.
I'm going to be into the technicals, okay?
Yes.
And, bottom line, God bless you, okay? What you have, folks, is this. Both of those things, you're looking backwards, and that's important to understand.
Yes.
What you're doing with the technicals is that you're turning around and you're saying that, okay, this is where the supply and demand is. This is what I think where all, the demand is where the supply is. With the fundamentals, you're believing what the CEOs, what the board is telling you.
That's
okay?
right.
You stay right there. 'Cause we're going to talk about this a bit more. That's
cool.
Because it's really important to understand how markets move, folks. We're going to be right back.
Absolutely.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us. So what we're talking about, folks, we're talking about fundamentals versus technicals.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
The key, well, okay, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The key
I like
is
your
that
opinion.
The key is they're both looking backward. Okay. So they
absolutely.
One
That's
is
right.
one is looking backward in the context of the aspect that, okay, where's the supply and demand? The other is looking back in the context of the what they say they're going to make, what they're going to do. When you wrap it all together, folks, the bottom line is what? Is that you better have the correct money management in place.
Absolutely.
That's at the end of the day, that's where it comes to. Now, there's a separate issue, though. And there's a separate issue. The reason the separate issue, what cracks me up on a continual basis is, so pictures. I started out as a fundamentalist.
As did I. So
okay?
I'm
what
a bean counter.
What happens is this, folks, is in 1980, I mean, forget it, okay? I did bankrupt bonds. I know fundamentals upside down. Then I figured out everyone's lying, okay? So that's when I got into technicals, because what happens with technicals, you can see more very quickly. What blows my mind, though, right, is kind of just like what's happening right here, pounding his chest.
Yes.
That it's only the technicals is not everything. What cracks me up, now this is in life in general too, folks, okay, is that there's no, I read that one card about to defend your position. There's no need to defend a position.
Yes.
But what does crack me up is that fundamentalists want to defend their position. No, I'm not kidding. That's the essence of it. For some reason, the fundamentalists have to defend their position, and the reason now I'm not. There's a lot of different reasons. The reason in the financial business, the bigger part of it is this, folks, because all as they want to do, right?
Yes.
Is the institutions of Wall Street is get your money and say, let me have your money and forget about it.
Right. That's right.
I've gone. What I have done here, I've gone from technicals to fundamentals, but I brought in a much larger issue about what it's really about. Yes. And that's what it's really about. What it's about is that give me your money. Don't worry about your money. Okay, we have it handled. We got the best fundamentalists. We got the best people that, we know what's going on, man. Don't worry about it. You can be down 50 and 70% on all your stocks, but hey, it's all right, man. Oh, when did you buy it? 1999, 2000? Hey, don't worry about it. Just keep bringing your money in here, baby. Don't worry about it. I've seen more people. You know the saddest part, folks? Saddest part of doing the gold report, and this would be fundamentalist in the gold business.
Yes.
I've seen more people not make money in the gold market.
Yes.
Okay. In the last 10 years.
Yes.
Which is just blowing my mind.
Because they don't take any profits.
They don't take any profits. They've seen their stocks get down 50, 60, 70%. Anyway, it's pretty amazing. But, you talk about,
which you mentioned was fundamentally you're looking back. Now you're looking back, you take a look at financials and growth and so forth, and then you're relying upon the marketing materials that come out as far as what their outlook for the next quarter might be.
That's correct.
Okay, so you're relying upon that. Now, what I like about the technical, because that's what I was all fundamental. I grew up in it, as a CPA,
right.
Fundamentally being able to go rip apart that information.
Yes.
The problem was it really wasn't telling me the whole picture, because when the stock market, you're making money off of what's going on in the stock price. It almost, the fundamental aspects of where a stock might go could be the fuel, but not necessarily going to be the fuel. You want to take a look at real supply and demand and what's really going on here. Now, I just take a look at like Dick's Sporting Goods, okay? Which is a great looking stock chart here. If you just simply take a look at, trading up near its highs.
Yes.
However, I believe they released numbers yesterday or the day before, and it gapped down with big volume. What I liked about the technicals, as I got involved with technicals, is it really gave you the information beforehand.
Right.
And what I mean by that, folks, is if you took a look at the high out there from May 15th, had a nice high, had a high volume high out there with 7.4 million shares, and then just simply, as it got in and tested that area, did it with 1.3 million shares. That was telling you before earnings were released. When you take a look at candles and everything, there's a couple dojis here. You get a lower close on August 19th. It gave you technically all the information that, you ought to, if you're in the stock, now's a good time to take profits. If this thing takes off again, you go ahead and get back in. But technically, the way that what I found, that technicals, the majority of the time, will give you information ahead of what it is that's going to happen fundamentally. And why that happens, I don't know. But it happens because people have information.
They do.
That's right. And that's what I was getting to. Is people have information.
Have the information.
And that's where you really get that information. You can just simply the thing about what has intrigued me so much about the candle aspects, adding candles to my trading repertoire. Number one, I love Japan. Okay,
right.
And it's just simply been around for thousands and thousands of years.
No doubt.
And they give you information about what's really going on in the marketplace. I love technicals.
It's a beautiful thing. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You know what Steve just said to me too, folks? Okay, he was just looking at the socks, and he said the sock just made a butterfly in a godly cell.
Absolutely.
And you know what, folks? I thought he was talking about the Red Sox because they're a cell right now too, which is really a bummer. Gotta go straighten them out too. We'll be right back.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his Market Take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to tfnn.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of tfnn.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. We have the Dow right now up 7, Nasdaq's up 8, S&Ps are up a couple bucks, and bonds. Let's go over to the bond market, because what we have with bonds here, she is down. That's 2.5 points in 2 days.
Yeah.
200,000 contracts. We're taking out a B point, and it looks like it's going to get the juice. Well, 358, but it's early in the day. Yeah, they did 300 yesterday. So if it does more than 358, that would be an ABC structure on the way down. Now, the topside break.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it broke from very smaller prices, but that 146.29. Right now we're at 146.13 is crucial to keep your eye on too, folks, because if we close today over 146.29, that would be a rejection of price. And there is monster volume there, by the way. You don't see it in this contract, but that was traded with the other contract. I just remember. And so on a 10-minute, what you have, the last big sell down, see, was at 147.23.
Yes.
So what has happened is that as we've gone down, it has contracted. The volume is contracted. And right now,
I know, Larry.
The boat, my boat has.
No, it's in getting polished.
My
right
boat
now,
has
that's all.
my boat has a few leaks in it, folks. I gotta get it in the boat shed and get those.
Are you just getting the barnacles and everything off the bottom and shining it up or what have you?
Get those leaks fixed. And what that joke's all about, folks, is that when the bond hits 160, Larry's got to go for a boat ride with me, and he absolutely does not like being out on the water on boats. That's
and he's looking for it to bounce too, I think. So he's pulling for it to bounce. Not up to 160 though.
Well, is he looking for it to bounce?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well,
he better be careful what he asks for. Oh man.
I think he is. Well, we'll find out today because he's on at 12-1. So he'll give folks his opinion.
So we were talking about this before a couple months ago. Staples, Office Depot's going out of business. Staples going to go out of business too. I mean, when you look at this chart, folks, and this probably has to do with, just everyone's ordering everything online and you get it basically delivered. But when I pull up a monthly, and I go 15 years back, well, bottom line is that God bless you. Back in 1998, that's where you are at Staples right now.
Yeah, and there's a high volume bar in 1996.
Oh my God!
So you're looking at a price point out there of like $6 or something. I mean that's it's $11 right now. It's,
okay.
It's a danger. That's where it wants to go. That 1996, huh?
Imagine that.
But the thing is, and we talked about it on the 9 o'clock show, is this thing gave you so many different chances to get out. And that first time was that volume off of the high going back into March of 2010. So it continued to give you chances to get out of a stock. And that's one of the things that, that you've been able to teach the folks out there, just technically taking a look at what's going on in the stock chart. And when you see that volume come off of the highs there,
get out of
just
town.
Get out. Yeah.
Get out of town.
It's going to give you, typically it's going to give you some chances. Sometimes it doesn't, it'll push lower. But it is, it's a signal that just says, okay, call uncle. Time to take your money and put it to work someplace else.
It's amazing,
and
isn't it?
And that was when Staples back then. How what do you think those folks are feeling like? That was at $24 versus where it's trading at right now.
Right.
$11.
Yeah, and it's another ABC down.
Yeah,
huge ABC down.
Big
huge
volume.
ABC down. And Office Depot. That's traded at $1. It looks like Office Depot is going to be gone first.
Yeah.
And what that it's amazing when you think about if you go back the last 30, 40 years, folks. Depending,
Now this is a Boston company, right? I mean, Staples, right? Headquarters started.
You talk about you want a small world? Okay, listen to this. This is absolutely phenomenal, folks. Okay, how small the world is. When I had the pizza place up in Broadway in South Boston.
Yes.
Okay, so I had a pizza place and I had all these stands. And so, you have these business groups. And so,
absolutely.
I was inside the business group and I was probably, 27, 28 at that time.
Yeah.
What ended up happening is that the supermarket in South Boston, okay, was Purity Supreme.
Okay.
And what was the guy's name? I should know this guy's name. Well, bottom line is that what was happening, and we used to deliver groceries for Purity Supreme on Friday and Saturday nights.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We had a big truck and would deliver all these groceries, right?
Yeah.
Well, what was happening inside the inner cities at that point, folks, what was happening is that it was a problem if your big supermarket left.
Yeah.
And that was happening at that point. So
same thing in Detroit.
So Purity Supreme wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And he wanted to make sure that he was leaving and everything was going to be all right, though, because what they were doing, and I was at a table with only 7 people, and it was the guy from Purity Supreme, it was Tom Stanberg, young kid.
Okay.
And I was young, too, at the time.
Okay.
And they were telling us that they were going to open this supply. And we were eating pizzas and having...
Oh, no kidding. And I remember, that was their dream and their vision.
Listen to this,
cool.
folks. This is wild. If you happen to be in Boston, the IA, it's called the Italian restaurant, is still there. And that's where we were having beers and pizzas, and they were telling us about the idea.
Yeah.
And what they wanted to do is that they wanted to make sure that the Purity Supreme was in good shape, but they wanted to make sure that, and it was really cool because it was interesting because everyone was worried and they were really smart because the cities then, remember, they were volatile. I mean, it was a volatile time basically. But that's what the meeting was about. And when I see him on CNBC, I'd love to be on with them sometime.
Just talk about the...
Yeah, because...
Remember that day when we were eating pizzas and drinking beer?
You know why? You know why?
Great.
Because now, folks, he has millions of dollars now. At that point, he was broke just like I was.
Yeah.
Same thing. Because, it was Hank... Oh, what's the guy's... It was the guy... And this is a story that you don't hear. It was the guy from Purity Supreme.
Okay.
He was the guy that had the money.
Behind it.
Yeah, he was the guy that had the money. You know, Bankman afterwards or someone else. But he was the guy that had the money.
Yeah.
And he was the guy that...
Cool.
Yeah, isn't that it's wild, man.
But you know, good companies can go out of business.
Oh yeah.
You know,
well, it changed again.
Yeah, exactly.
It changed again.
The market dynamics change.
And when you look at that, so picture this, and this was when I was starting it. So you had Staples. But if you ever bought paper supplies before that, do you remember how expensive they were?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Folks, paper supply salespeople made some of the best money in the United States. Huge.
That's right.
Huge money. It was a huge business. Remember, we used to pay. How much we pay? $4 for a pen.
Sure.
I mean, I remember.
And then when the dot matrix printers came on, the computer revolution, kind of, and you paid a ton.
It was amazing, and I remember even my salesperson. Coming in, I remember you selling paper and everything that goes with paper. Office supplies, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Office supplies was absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And now look at it. Now, it's not even part of the overhead. I mean, it really isn't part of the overhead anymore. Now it's all, the biggest part of our overhead is computers, really, right? And paying for the streaming.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the biggest part of and paying for the advertising, I guess. But when you're talking about supplies, it's funny how it changed, and it'll change again, and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, they stay ahead of that change, man. Right?
Yes, it is.
Hey, someone just sold the S&P. Did you sell the S&P?
I just.
Hey, tiger out there sold that S&P. Someone just sold the S&P down.
We said it was the currency market that would win.
Excuse me, folks.
I don't know why I've lost my data feed. That's not good.
Yep, someone just sold it.
Oh, good.
Oh my God! Who's committing that sacrilegious deal? Oh, let's take a look at it. So we take a look at that S&P. Where is she? ESU2. Okay. Let's see if it's the same seller. It's hard to tell. Okay, see, we've had a seller in the S&P for 4 or 5 days, folks. They just come in, they whack it big time, let it go up, hit it again. It's going to need more than that, in order to get lower. So they just hit it from 1403, 1401, which is not a big deal. What it is, though, if you want to take a look at this, you can see that as soon as it goes up, they sold it off the top at 1407 yesterday.
Yeah.
73,000 contracts. Well, guess what? It went up there with 35, and they sold it again. Now, the real key is going to be the next 10 minutes. You sell it, if they sell it again in the next 10 minutes, see, you don't want to be it. Now, what you do have is this. This is what's pretty cool. So, picture this, right? Right now, folks, the whole world is bullish. In fact...
you got a sentiment indicator that you were reading earlier,
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's pushing... let's put it this way. It's the highest in 3 months. So the whole world is saying, okay, this is cool. We're at we're going higher. What happens with downdrafts is you'll come back a little, and it's like, now it wants to go higher again. Come back a little, want to go higher again. Come back a little, go higher again.
Yes.
What happens, and this is for bulls or bears, then all of a sudden a waterfall comes like, oh my God, it's not going to stop this time.
Right.
And that is the essence, and that's the kind of...
Well, that's why you got to watch those technical levels.
That's what we have right now. That's the type of market. But the indication, it's already talking. Those S&Ps right there, that's the first indication of it. So picture, folks. Picture you get large operators. That's the first indication. What you'll see, all it's going to take, a couple more operators say, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm going after it too. Because 10, 20,000 contracts in the mini S&P is not a lot of money for large operators, folks. That's what it comes down to. And most of the time, they'll look once, they'll look twice, and then all of a sudden it's one after the other after the other.
Yeah. So the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar has rejected some lows out there?
Yes.
Okay.
And if we take a look at this, So we had the rejection. Now the real key is going to be, can we get price spread again today? We don't have it yet. You know, we're with that 82.75. We certainly have all higher lows and higher highs.
Yes.
What we do have, you can see the first acceleration up this morning had the juice. We did 88. We did 88 contracts. Now that was at 620. Damn, man. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's so the euro
Yeah.
was the euro started taking taking a bath at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're going to need more than that. That's the bottom line, folks. A lot more than that. You know. I'd like to see 1,000 contracts in a 10-minute deal, and we've only done 9,000 thus far. The reason being is that we're coming into 980 from the way down on the 10th.
Yeah.
You know, but it's building cars. You know, it's been building cars since 0600 this morning to try to get into that area. That's on the intraday chart. On the daily chart, it's set up all right. I would like to see more price spread though, just because of the way that's set up right now. But it has rejected the lows, had lighter volume, did everything that it should have done. And now we'll see whether we can get some juice behind it. And I like the idea that gold is positive with the dollar, because I'm in that camp right now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a risky position, folks. You know, because it's not proven yet. That's what it really comes down to. Also, it's not. And for many years, I mean, I remember how many calls used to call up and say, "No, gold is priced in dollars. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen."
Now, right now, if you took like a gold priced in euros,
right,
where are you at? Are you up at the highs?
We're
80. Because you can switch over.
We are
so
80 euros off the high, I believe. Okay, so right now, this is what we have. There we go. Okay, so we have the high in gold. Now, this is where this gets really interesting. The spike high in gold is 1,344 euros. The closing high, however, is 1,341 euros.
Okay.
Okay? And right now...
And you're 1,307 right now?
GCZ... This is... Okay. So right now, what did I say? We're 1,340 was the closing high, right?
Yeah.
And euros. And
1,307
right now...
That's pretty amazing.
Right now, we're at 1,310.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're 30 euros off the high. And see, so the analysis on that, folks, is that the European structure is turning around and selling their euros.
Yeah, for gold.
For gold.
Yeah. I mean, totally makes sense, because
it does.
If you really don't know what's going to happen currency-wise over there, you know that gold is a currency. In fact, what's silver? Just can you see what silver is priced in euros? Just
absolutely.
Yeah.
SIZ.
So that'd be kind of interesting.
Okay, so let's take a look at silver.
What they were doing.
Silver right now is at 27.89, and if we put that in Euroland, let me bring this all the way back. Okay, so let me see. Bring this back a couple years. This is the big difference. In euros, it was the closing is 32.28, and right now we are at. See, it's not even close.
Yeah,
30%.
So it's interesting. So it's like the so you would how I would interpret it is the folks that are more liquid have got more dollars. It's obviously much easier to store 1 coin of gold, 1 ounce of gold versus 1 ounce of silver. So it just simply becomes a whole lot easier to make that conversion and hide it or do whatever it is you want to do.
And the reality is, my reality, gold is currency. Silver I like, okay, but silver's not currency.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but right now you can see it's 30% less demand-wise.
Yeah.
Steve Rhodes,
so that alone ought to keep the correlation to keep pushing gold up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you Tigers and Tigresses, we're coming right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. And, you know, you got to, I'll tell you, all you Tigers and Tigresses, we love you out here. You know, you just make us so smart. No, we just said.
No, it's great.
I just want
the research group.
Oh, totally, man. I'll tell you. I want to thank Joe. He just sent over to me. Bottom line, it was Leo Kahn. That was the guy's name. He was the guy that backed Staples, Steinberg, and that's the guy that we were with. And Leo ran Purity Supreme. And it's so cool. You know, it was so cool. I knew a lot of these guys. Well, I only knew him because I worked with him, and that was there.
Yeah.
But there's other guys that were in that whole Newton deal. There was a lot of successful people over there, right?
Yeah.
And I ended up being with them quite a bit, which is pretty cool. And you learn a lot from someone like that.
No
Do you know
question.
what I mean?
Yeah,
definitely
no question.
do. Let's go to Joe in Brookline. Hey, Joe, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Sure, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it.
Alan, and this is Joe from Brookline who got the Great Panther silver coin a month or so ago.
Oh, cool.
That's beauty.
And you didn't know where Brookline was at the time, but yeah, I just wanted to touch base on the fundamentals. I know somebody said that they trust those more, but I just without naming companies, when I first moved to New England area and worked for a company, they were a tech high flyer, and the when everything fell apart and the fraud came out, it was amazing because there were so many executives that ended up literally just pleading guilty.
Wow.
And it was amazing to see because usually they don't plead guilty, and executives somehow
get off. No, I'm with you. Exactly. Right.
When they plead guilty, you know how bad it is, but they ran the stock up with lies, and when it all fell apart, quarterly revenue ended up being half of what they claimed. There were salesmen that got fired for faking orders, literally by cutting pieces of paper, and they would do it right at the end of the quarter and then return the product, shortly after.
Yes.
The warehouse.
You're stuffing the shit. They were stuffing the sales channels, right? They never really went out the door, right?
It never went out the door. It would leave the warehouse. But when I visited the warehouse the one day, the hourly workers joked around, and they always said, "Yeah, those are the tractor trailers we have to unload next week after the quarter's over."
That's intense, man.
Never left the property. Just went into a tractor trailer and came right back.
Yep.
And it was so bad though that they busted them. They busted a lot. A lot of the executives went to jail.
Thank God.
Because the evidence was probably too overwhelming for them to fight it. But that company went from, it's probably down to 5% of what it used to be. Still exists, but just from a technology standpoint. But
yes.
it was horrible working there, and then to be told the lies by the executives only for them to turn.
Well, thank God you're not there anymore, man.
Oh, I know. You bail as soon as you can and get to a better place. So
right,
absolutely.
Paycheck's too good, but you got to sit there and listen. If you trust anything that comes out of, and now there's good, obviously ethical people. And
sure. Oh no, absolutely.
But all you have to do is go. There's Harvard Business Reviews, case studies, and it doesn't change. And whether it's people selling life insurance to the people that are already in the graveyard or whatever they come up with some of these things, if that's how they're running the stock up, you better. Better be real.
Get out of town.
Yeah,
Cooking, brother.
Money management. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Joe.
Have a great day.
You bet.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Now, you stay right there, folks, because we're going to be going right from here up to Newton, Massachusetts. Basil Chapman's going to be growling a problem with you. Then 11 to 12, Larry Pesavento. He's out in Tucson. He's getting ready for that boat ride. In fact, that's getting further away from him right now since the bonds is down a buck. Then we're going to go to Darrell Martin to Dallas, Texas, 1 to 2. Back here with David White, 2 to 3. Out to California, Ken Shreve, and then back here, 4 to 6.
Have a great day, folks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one, folks. Thanks for being here.